I've always loved the Greek phrase know thyself, especially now when there seems to be a big gap in the collective between information and knowledge. It's the difference between absorbing and thinking. Contemplation is what gives life meaning. Knowledge acquiring becomes a passion because our psyche is multi-layered. We experience the added depths that understanding brings to the ordinary, like painting the simplest things with detail and beauty. To live as a scholar or a pilgrim is to unveil realms of mystery and language. It is to learn from your mistakes and to formulate better versions of yourself. Perspective is everything, because if you cannot perceive something or an idea, then it doesn't exist for you. Allowing our consciousness to be intertwined with existence itself is to expand your perspective beyond your current reality. Attend to your soul and tell your story. I've always been a lover of things that add depth to life, the things that paint the world with beauty and wonder. I love language because it helps us communicate and understand the world we live in. There are underlying languages within the world that connect people without any need for words, like art, music, philosophy, and physics. Perspective can change the world. Depth intertwined with understanding is the glue within the universe that generates coherence. It is a conversation between the creator and the one experiencing it. Philosophy is the attempt to understand the natural world and ourselves. Philosophers set out to discover wisdom and to figure out the origin and workings of all things, including the mind and soul. Something that all people contemplate at least once is free will, and if it exists. Hard determinism is the theory that all human action is predetermined, so free will doesn't exist. I personally believe that we do have free will, but it is limited because of predestination. Our lives are set out for us, but we can practice free will in our daily actions. Plato said that reason should rule the individual's decisions, spirit should aid reason, and appetite should obey. While some philosophers theorize about what is, others seek out to answer unanswerable questions, like Thomas Aquinas, that set out to prove the existence of God. He speculated that all things in the universe are in motion, set into motion by something else. But if you go all the way back, there has to be an original unmoved mover, and that is God. The universe writes us poetry through physics and sacred geometry for us to marvel at. I love discovering correlation between subjects like wholeness and the implicate order, and being able to view the macro through the micro in an upwards or downwards causation, because all things are fragmented from prima pleroma. Physics and philosophy go hand in hand because to be a philosopher is to have a physicist's eyes and a way with words. Every material thing we know of consists of atoms and quarks reconciled into something observable, like nitrogen from the 4 bases in our DNA, atmosphere and soil. Nitrogen moves between forms. Plato, like me, believed that all things physical stem from the metaphysical. Physis in Greek means nature, and morph means form. In Plato's theory of forms, he explained that all things observed mimics the true form, which is not directly perceived. Basically, the explicit mimics the implicate, like consciousness manifests as energy that operates between two unified fields, so too you cannot separate the dance from the dancer. The dancer makes manifest the invisible realm of intelligible form. All is in flux and a process of becoming, referred to as the hollow movement. The implicate order is the underlying structure of flow, which all explicit existence stems from, and will dissolve back into, which explains why the whole is contained within the fractal and all is inseparable from all else. We just quantize and compartmentalize everything because the human brain cannot fully grasp the infinite in all its glory. Personally, I think this is why we hold on to the concept of time to interpret and make measurable this constant underlying process of flow which is immeasurable. To understand is a craving that can never be satisfied, but it is the most satisfying craving to have. Just like the silent parts within music is necessary to form a song, so too what we perceive to be nothingness is necessary to form the universe. Our perception is so limited to what is seen and what is solid that we forget that cosmos or ether is part of the platonic solids and that the whole is always greater than the sum of its parts. All of existence is an intelligent design of energy in transition, made of potential and pattern, waiting to be explored. Socrates said that the unexamined life is not worth living. To live an examined life is to be a devotee of contemplation, to seek wisdom in order to attain purity and truth. Living an examined life is to dissolve into wonder and to dance to the symphony of what is eternal. Questioning our own existence is the only thing that sets us apart from all other creatures. It's the core of being human. Everything else is just technicalities. We are living observatories in search of the infinite and ourselves. Ralph Waldo Emerson said that all life is an experiment, which correlates with observe the observer. We are in a constant feedback loop between the universe and ourselves because consciousness is twofold: our multisensory system through which we experience the outside world and our sense of self. Inspiration is based on the spirit of life personified. The energetic soul receives insight as it is partaking in the playfulness of what life has to offer. Insight is found in the search of meaning. We think of inspiration as coming from the external, but by internally conditioning yourself to look at life as a creative experiment, you can live in an inspired state. We become what we behold, but we can choose how we view things. In the fast-paced life of today, with so much external influence, it is important to take internal stewardship of your mind seriously and as something enjoyable. You are, after all, the greatest project that you will ever get to work on. It's a noble and rewarding pursuit to build a soul, for contemplation and meaning provides comfort in all circumstances. The virtues that we strive towards include wisdom, courage, humanity, justice, temperance, and transcendence. We achieve virtue by being open to experience, adaptive to change, and cultivating a love of learning. Through learning new skills and having perspective, we persevere through circumstance by not shrinking away from fear while maintaining integrity and being fair and forgiving. The goal of morality is for it to become objective, but it is still subjective. It changes throughout time and is subjective due to community, influence, and causality. We all make mistakes and accidents can happen, but in morality it is the thought that counts. It's the intention behind our actions that matter. So keep your intentions pure and your heart in a good place, and even if things go wrong, you can maintain dignity. Life comes with responsibilities, thinking ahead and predicting outcomes to resolve possible issues. The unexpected might not be comfortable, but it is sometimes an opportunity to return to ourselves or for our true selves to be revealed, to have communion with that which is infinite within ourselves. The infrastructure of meaning is not based on linguistics, but based on interpretation, inspiration, relation, and revelation. For truth has a way of revealing itself in multiple layers. We all have different perspectives and experiences, which contribute to the fabric of existence, like different organisms working on a similar structure. So honor your soul's journey by being an agent of change and cross over from who you were to who you are. For to love life is to seek what is beautiful and what is true. In today's time, truth isn't always beauty and beauty isn't always true. But if you are a lover of wisdom and a lover of design, you will cultivate the ability to hold two contradicting truths simultaneously. You see the world not only as it is or as it should be, but as it can be. The best revelations do not come in the form of new information, but in confirmation. And it doesn't matter if you find it in science or philosophy. If you seek it, you shall find it, for curiosity always leads to expansion, making complex things simple. The hidden thread of beauty hidden within the mundane is the very structure of the labyrinth that is life. So may you always sing in a language written by the stars, travel by ontology, walk with wisdom, sit with dignity, and stand with those who came before you, and for those who come after you.